Hello, and welcome to the Patriot Connection. I'm Alex Tennant.
And I'm Malia Miskowitz. The full high school experience is more than just going to class and receiving grades. Patriot Connection reporter Paisley Jones takes a look at why it's so important to participate in extracurriculars.
Whether it's clubs, sports, the arts, or career and technical education programs, Wheeling Park offers a wide variety of opportunities for us to get involved in and outside of school. Studies show that students who get involved in school activities have a sense of acceptance, respect, inclusion, and support. Additionally, it's positively related to academic performance and improved attendance and mental health. Being involved in extracurricular activities helps students stay connected to their friends, peers, and create a sense of belonging. Mrs. Daler is Wheeling Park's principal, and she says staying involved is a part of experiencing the park.
Belonging is a really key indicator for kids' mental health and their academic success in high school. So we're really proud of the clubs that we have here to offer our kids and want them to take advantage of them.
Park has a number of clubs and sports in which students can join and participate, whether it's Radio and TV Club, GSA, Key Club, Sign Language, or Students of the Kingdom. There's a place and activity for everyone.
I'm a four-year member of the girls soccer team and girls tennis team.
Robotics.
I'm involved in girls golf and tennis.
Football and baseball.
I do robotics, tennis, and strings.
Band, orchestra, beyond education, HISTA. I was a part of student council last year. I'm a REAP counselor, a freshman mentor. And I'm also in the steel band.
Here's one more reason to get involved. Studies show that the more active and involved you are, the better you do not only in high school, but also through your adult life. Reporting for the Patriot Connection, I'm Paisley Jones.
Connecting with others is the best way to develop relationships that will last long after your 4 years at Wheeling Park High School. Remember, clubs meet during activity period on Friday and change every 3 weeks for a new rotation.
This school year began in late August with a new class joining the others at the Palace on the Hill, but they are not alone. Patriot Connection reporter London Miller explains.
From the moment our new 9th graders walk through these doors, Wheeling Park freshman mentors have lent their support to make a smooth transition. Wheeling Park's freshman mentoring program has been a staple at our school for close to 20 years. Juniors and seniors who represent Park with good grades, behavior, and attendance apply every spring to become a mentor for the following year. Not only do they welcome new students on the first days of school, but they also help throughout the year. This year, we have well over 100 upperclassmen who volunteer as freshman mentors.
I chose to be a freshman mentor because I really like helping people, and it's very, very rewarding.
I know when I was a freshman, I really needed that guidance, so I wanted to be helpful for the freshmen.
I know what it felt like to not know where you're going as a freshman, and I wanted to help people out who felt that way.
I really wanted to help the new freshmen around the school.
As any high school student knows, transitioning from middle school to high school is a big adjustment. Whether it's getting lost, feeling small, or overwhelmed with new people, starting high school is a whole new experience. Many freshmen are grateful for our mentors and say they have made a positive impact on their experience.
During my first week or two of school, they were really kind and helped everybody get to their classes in a reasonable time, and they all just helped. They were all really, really kind.
Whenever we did come up here from middle school, we kind of only toured the bottom of the building, and I feel like having got to tour the top of it, and he really helped me out with that.
I think they made a really good impact. They helped a lot of students get around the school better and not feel as scared on their first days.
They were very nice. They're very nice. They helped us around when I needed a question. They helped me with it. So I feel like they made the beginning very nice.
Thanks so much to all our freshman mentors for taking the time to volunteer and help our newest Patriots. You are just another reason it's so great to be Park. Reporting for the Patriot Connection, I'm London Miller.
If you will be a junior or senior next year and are interested in becoming a freshman mentor, now is the time to get your grades, attendance, and behavior in check.
Cell phones, for better or for worse. As of this year, 75% of classrooms nationwide have installed a no cell phone policy. I recently hit the halls here at Wheeling Park to find out how our Patriots are handling the cell phone-free classrooms. Unless you've been living under a rock, you know that Ohio County Schools has implemented a cell phone-free classroom policy. While there are both pros and cons to this situation, this topic still continues to create a barrier between those who want the cell phones to stay and those who want the cell phones to go. Even if we don't want to admit it, phone usage in the classroom has become a barrier, not only for students learning, but communication as well. Only weeks prior to school starting, Ohio County's Board of Education jumped on board and passed a countywide policy, making our classrooms cell phone free. Wheeling Park students have access to our phones before and after school, as well as in between classes and during lunch. Wheeling Park's principal, Mrs. Daylor, says that any type of major change is hard.
When kids were hearing about it at first, they didn't know exactly what that meant. Were we locking them up all day? Could they have them? I think that's probably the biggest challenge, is getting everybody on the same page and understanding that you can have them in the hallways, you can have them at lunch, you can have them in emergency, right? Nobody's touching your phone, nobody's stealing your phone. I think that's probably been the biggest challenge, is just convincing everybody that we have a process in place that'll work.
The first thing many parents say to their children when receiving their first phone is to only use their device for safety communication, which has now been stripped from them in a place where parents are not able to check in with their children. Most reviews regarding cell phones are positive. However, not everyone is on board with restricting or banning cell phone use.
I love it in my classroom. I'm able to get through full lessons without having to ask students to put their cell phones away. They're more engaged, they're paying attention, and it doesn't cause any drama.
I don't hate the new phone policy. I think it helps me stay on task when I'm working in class.
I think it's fantastic. I'm seeing a lot more students complete their assignments.
I think it's kind of okay because people aren't like getting distracted and stuff as much, but still, when we don't have anything to do, it gets kind of boring sometimes.
I think it encourages kids to interact with each other and gives them a better chance to focus on their schoolwork and building relationships with staff and other students.
I think that the cell phone policy is not good. If we have an emergency, we need to contact our parents, and it's our senior year, so I just think that it's unnecessary.
Whether you're completely pro or anti-cell phones, we can all agree that there are some ups and downs to both sides of this issue. Remember, Wheeling Park, keep our classrooms cell phone free by putting our cell phones in the designated pouch before entering the classroom. Reporting for the Patriot Connection, I'm Malia Miskowitz. Ohio County elementary and middle school students do not have access to their cell phones. This will help the transition to high school.
Before we go to our break, it's time for Park TV Trivia with Patriot Connection reporter Lala Woods.
Oktoberfest is a German festival that celebrates Bavarian culture with delicious food, exciting games, and lively music. This week's question is, which German city hosts the main Oktoberfest celebration every year? Is it A, Berlin, B, Munich, or C, Hamburg? We'll have the answer when we come back.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
What does Main Street Bank mean to you?
Well, Main Street has extended hours every business day, and they're open most holidays. Their new checking and savings accounts are really good. The balance requirement is very low, and they have online bill pay and debit cards right away. Plus, they have no fees or low fees. Great service, higher interest. That's money in the bank. The right bank.
Open your checking and savings account at Main Street Bank. You deserve a bank this good.
Did you know that half of Americans admit that they are addicted to their cell phones? Additionally, when it comes to cell phone manners, most of us do not have good ones. Using proper cell phone etiquette can be as easy as turning your brightness down in dark settings, keeping your phone to your ear and not on speaker in public, giving the person you're talking to your undivided attention and putting your phone away, and making sure you don't have private conversations or arguments on the phone when you're in public. You never know who could be listening. When you fail to use proper phone etiquette, you risk being someone that people would not want to be around too often. This message is brought to you by WPHP.
It can cause depression, anxiety, loneliness, and can sometimes even lead to suicidal thoughts. Bullying. Bullying is when you seek to harm others and try to intimidate them. It turns out that 20%, or 1 out of every 5 students between 12 and 18, have been bullied while at school. Bullying can be physical when people hit or abuse each other, verbal in which repeated name-calling and words that hurt people are used, and cyber where they use technology to threaten or target others. People usually bully others for entertainment or because they are insecure and want to feel superior. If you see something, say something. This message is brought to you by WPHP.
Before the break, we asked you, which German city hosts the main Oktoberfest celebration every year? Is it A, Berlin, B, Munich, or C, Hamburg? The answer is B, Munich. Oktoberfest has grown so much that now people all over the world celebrate it.
Once again this year on the Patriot Connection, our reporters will be introducing you to the faculty and staff who call Wheeling Park home. Patriot Connection reporter Connor Kizminski kicks off introductions with our administrative team.
Wheeling Park is pleased to have an amazing and hard-working administrative team that create a fun and rewarding school environment and also have a safe and comfortable atmosphere.
Mrs. Daler is Wheeling Park's principal and has been at the helm for 5 years. Our associate principal is Mrs. Richards, and this year we are fortunate to have 2 new assistant principals, Mr. Leggett and Mr. Skrypek. Both are excited about their new positions and will work alongside our 3rd assistant, Mr. Doyle.
I'm really excited. I love the people I work with, and I love the age group of kids that I work with, and I am looking forward to many more years doing this.
The big difference is just more interaction with students. Before I was up in the ILC, a lot more interaction with teachers and not as much interaction with students, excuse me. So now I get to see students daily, interact with them. My schedule's a lot different too as well. I'm just so happy that I was able to stay at Wheeling Park. I've been at Wheeling Park now for over 12 years, so just staying in the building, staying with the teachers and the colleagues that I've worked with over the years is really important to me.
Mr. Doherty rounds out our team and is our athletic and activities director. Working alongside our administrative team is some fantastic support staff, which includes Mrs. Boyd, Mrs. Fauner, Mrs. Hood, Mrs. Montgomery, and Mrs. Palmer. We are so excited to have another great year with the Wheeling Park administrative team. Thank you for all the help with the students and staff. Reporting for the Patriot Connection, I'm Connor Kizminski.
Stay tuned every week on the Patriot Connection as we will be introducing you to other members of Wheeling Park's faculty and staff.
Now let's take a look at what else is happening at Wheeling Park High School this week.
The end of the first 9 weeks grading period is October 21st.
Boys basketball recently began Flex Open Gym workouts and conditioning. If you missed it and want to play basketball but are not participating in a fall sport, see Coach Jebbia.
You can sign up to be a member of Drug-Free Clubs of America now. This year's members will get new rewards like Chick-fil-A, parking spots, and there will be weekly raffles. You can sign up to be a member on Schoology now.
Congratulations to Wheeling Park's newly elected student council officers. The senior class officers include President Jaden Woods Davis, Vice President Lacey Fickey, Secretary Harper Moores, and Treasurer Reese Moores. And the class representatives are Alexis Bordas and Lydia Riddle.
Wheeling Park's junior class officers are President Talon Holt, Vice President Jerome Maynard, Secretary Madeline Bradshaw, Treasurer Kerrigan Moses. The 11th grade class reps are Ramaya Askernies and Anna Contragera.
Our new sophomore class officers are Dalton Meyer, who is our president, Brody Petrock is the 10th grade vice president, Dominic Brown is the secretary, and Audrey Kinneman is the treasurer. Wyatt Rich and Quentin Scott are the 10th grade representatives. Gabe Alig is our new 9th grade class president. Romeo Blake Livingston is our vice president. Brenna Tipton is our secretary, and Lily Smith is our treasurer. The freshman class rep is Abigail Thomas.
Boo at the Ogilvy's Good Zoo is looking for volunteers. Boo at the Zoo is their largest fundraiser where proceeds go toward the care and conservation of endangered species. If interested in helping out, or if you have any questions, please contact Vicki Markey at 304-243-4100 or email her at vmarkey@ogilvy.com.
Love to read the Wheeling Park's newest club, Books and Banter. Would love to have you join. Just see Miss Yost in room 333.
Looking for a part-time job? Wheeling's Lachlan Chapel is looking for an after-school classroom mentor. It provides free after-school and summer programs for children. Children enrolled are in grade K through 5. The after-school program is held Monday through Thursday from 3 to 6 and follows the Ohio County Schools academic calendar. There are no weekend or evening hours.
All students must have their student IDs on them at all times during the school day. You must have an ID to get a breakfast, lunch, or to be admitted to any after-school activity. In the case that you lose your ID, you may purchase a replacement one for $3 at the technology office, which is located on the 3rd floor near our school store.
Wheeling Park is no longer accepting cash at sporting events. You must buy a ticket online or use a debit card if you buy one in person. Remember that all Wheeling Park students get in free to all regular season home sporting events, but you must have your valid student ID.
All males 18 years old must sign up for the selective service. You may do so online at sss.gov or pick up a form in the school counseling office.
Wheeling Park High School administered the PSAT test on Thursday and Friday, October 17th and 18th.
For planning ahead, Friday, November 1st is the Professional Learning Day in Ohio County Schools. Students do not have school on that day.
Interested in archery at Wheeling Park? Even if you've never shot a bow before, the coaches will teach you. The team will begin practicing on Sunday, October 6th at Bridge Street. Questions? Reach out to Coach Thomas at 304-281-3731.
On the Wheeling Park sports calendar this week, our boys soccer team will host Lindsley at Wheeling Island Stadium on Wednesday at 5:30.
The Patriot football team will play at Fairmont Senior High School Friday at 7.
Our Lady Patriots soccer team will host Winfield High School on Saturday at Wheeling Island Stadium. Varsity begins at 12 and JV follows at 2.
Our cross-country team will host the Wheeling Park Fall Classic at 9:30 a.m. this Saturday.
And finally today, Parks Boys varsity soccer team is also at home this weekend. Varsity will host Washington High School on Saturday at 4, and JV will play Washington High at 6. Good luck to all of our Patriots.
Well, that's a wrap for this edition of the Patriot Connection. We're on WLTV 14 7 days a week at 6:30 a.m., 7 p.m., and 10 p.m. For all of the Patriot Connection reporters, I'm Malia Miskowitz.
And I'm Alex Tennant. Have a great day.